What's up, guys? Specstar here today with my second battle for UNL, looking to avoid my first ever 0-2 start. I'm going up here against Lunar and his team, the Kingjas, and I've got here a team consisting of a Calm Mind Rest Megalodios for Suicune, a Choice Banded Weavile, a Timid Kartana, which is Sword Stance, Z Smart Strike, Leaf Blade, and Hidden Power Fire for the Fortress. I've got a Milotic, which has got Scald, Ice Beam, Haze, and Recover. It's a little bit mixed in defensive, but mostly physically. I have especially defensive Mandibuzz with Knock, Taunt, Roost, and Defog, and I have the Scarf Tapu Lele. And the first thing about his team that jumps out to me is he brought the Jolteon, and I underprepared for the Jolteon. My team has a Mungus and Piloswine, and if I brought Piloswine, that meant Jolteon was basically a wasted space. So I thought he would not bring it, and he did bring it, and that scared me to start the battle. So I was going to have to be pretty careful to play around that thing. So let's get this thing started here. I'm just going to lead off with my Latios, and he's going to lead off with Jolteon, which was more or less what I had in mind. And he goes for Volt Switch, and I'm just going to fire off a Draco Meteor. He doesn't really switch into it too well. He goes out in a Suicune here, and based on the Draco Meteor damage, we're going to see that he's fully specially defensive. And my thought there is that if he's fully specially defensive with Suicune, then Fortress has to be fully physically defensive, because that is, especially seeing leftovers, he cannot be Rindo Berry, so Fortress has to be both his answer to Kartana and his answer to Weavile. And that's my thought there. I'm just going to Calm Mind up on him. He's going to go for Toxic. I'm just going to click Calm Mind again. I know that my Latios set's going to beat any sort of Suicune unless it's Roar Toxic, which would be pretty annoying, but not what I thought would come in this exact matchup. And I believe here I went for one more Calm Mind, and then I'm going to click Rest. And his Scald's going to put me low, and then I'm just going to rest up. And Latios, it's not really going to win right here. I just wanted to end this exchange with Suicune at high health. That's basically what I was playing for there. And I'm just going to try and get a Sleep Turn burned with as much health as possible. He's going to go into Komodo, and that's going to force me right out into Milotic. I go into Milotic because if he tries to Dragon Dance or anything, I can just haze it off. And here I believe I just went for the Scald. No, I went for Recover first in case, because Close Combat could have been a potential roll. And I'm going to go hard into Tapu Lele here because I do not have any good switching on Jolteon, which is horrifying. He goes in a Fortress. I don't have Hidden Power Fire. I'm going to go out in a Mandibuzz. If he gets any hazards up, I can defog them. Here's just my chance to knock something off. And he goes on a Suicune, and knocking off the leftovers on that is great because unless he has Rest, which I'm not sure about at this point, unless he has Rest, he's got no recovery on that at all, which is fantastic. So he's going to go out here into Jolteon. I'm going to go right in my Latios, which is my Suicune answer. Good play for him. He goes for Shadow Ball. I figured out here, I believe, that's where I figured out he was Specs, but I didn't know then if it was Timid or if it was Modest, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to go switch Kartana right out on Kangaskhan because I've assumed it would have a fire move, but apparently it just has Drain Punch. I'm pretty comfortable just being in Milotic here. I'm going to double out to Tapu Lele, actually. I forget some of my plays. And here I just want to throw off a Psychic on Jolteon, and he's going to Volt Switch out. He's going to find out that I'm Scarf, and he's going to go into Fortress here, and again, I'm just going to go into Mandibuzz. That's going to be my way to deal with Fortress. I want to get the thing knocked off, particularly in case it's Octoberry, because if it is, it can beat Kartana. I definitely knew going into this game that he would bring a Hidden Power Fire Fortress. I had that in my mind the whole time. but Kartana does take 1, and Kartana 2 it KOs it with Hidden Power Fire. He goes down to Kamo here as I go out into Latios, so he's making some plays predicting Latios to come in on Suicune. Dragon Dance is up here, I believe. I'm just going to go right for a Haze. He's going to fire off a Drain Punch and do not nearly enough, and I'm just going to be able to get my health back. As he is going to go right out, or I'm going to go on a Lele here. I forgot how aggressive I was playing with my Lele in this game early. And he's actually going to burn his Z move here. I apologize for my memory gaps on this. Now I'm just going to throw off a Psychic, get some damage off on Kangaskhan. And here I'm going to go right into my Mandibuzz. He goes for Body Slam here, which is interesting. He gets the Para. And here I think I'm forced out because I assume he would only have that if he also had Headbutt. But instead he goes for Body Slam. So I pretty much sacked my Lele and I didn't have to there. But, oh well. Here I'm going to go into my Milotic and just take this chance to heal up. He's going to take his chance to heal up too with the Drain Punch, get the thing back to near full. And I believe here's where I just went for a Scald. Yep, I do. And I miss out on the burn there, which is a little bit lame, but I mean, 30%. Here he goes into Suicune, and I'm going to make a play in a Weavile. It wasn't necessarily what I was predicting him to do there. I was trying to get aggressive, but not predicting him going Suicune. And here I'm going to go into my Latios. And yep, I'm going to burn my Sleep Turn here, and he's going to throw off a Toxic. I still had another Sleep Turn, so I'm not really sure why he did that. And here I'm going to go to Kartana. It covered him trying to click Toxic again, which I thought was his end goal there based on his previous turn. And I'll just go Latios to try to catch a Volt Switch because I cannot come in on that thing easy. I just need to keep this thing out of range of a Scald. That's as far as Latios' health is important. Here he goes on a Blacephalon, and I'm not scared of this because I have Haze. He's going to go for a Shadow Ball, not do enough. I'm going to go for Scald, and I'll break his sub. And here, I believe I just went for another one. He goes on Suicune. No, I made the aggressive play in a Weavile again. I did try to play aggressive a lot in this game. With Jolteon, I couldn't afford to play too safe. That thing was just such a nightmare to me. And we did find out from his Volt Switch on Latios that he was actually modest Jolteon, which meant I had to try and get a pursuit off on that with my Weavile, because my Weavile is faster than his Jolteon. And again, I'm going to make an aggressive play in the Weavile, as I've been doing. He goes into Blacephalon, and I'm going to go right for Pursuit, and nope, Colbert Berry, he's going to survive it. I actually came very close to clicking Knockoff, but I thought he had some great switch-ins on that, and I just wanted to try and get the Pursuit off from this thing, and it backfired. I got a Kartana trying to get my Beast Boost, and I'm going to go for Smart Strike here, do negligible damage, and I'm going to go for Hidden Power Fire, but he turns out to be specially defensive, not physically defensive, and that hurts. Potentially maybe even Assault Vest, based on the damage he did back, but that was pretty much a bummer to me. It took a little bit of the wind out of my sail because I was excited to use my Hidden Power Fire Kartana for his Fortress. He brought the specially defensive tech, which meant that actually means he had no physically defensive wall against my Weavile, which I thought was very curious, but I mean, you can't argue with his results. He's got me in a very bad position here, and I'm just gonna have to try and roost up on the Volt Switch, which I will do. He's gonna go to Kamo, and I believe I went for Whirlwind here. Yeah, I did. I just went right for Whirlwind. I didn't want to play too many games with that thing. Here he goes on in Kangaskhan, which I know I'm not beating with my Mandibuzz since I don't have Toxic on it. And I'm gonna go right into my Milotic, which deals with it. Even if he pairs me, I'm gonna get Marvel Scale, but he doesn't pair me. And I'm going to throw off the Scald, and I do score the burn, which is pretty nice, actually. has the potential to be valuable a little bit later if things go right. Potential setup fodder for maybe Latios. And here he's going to go Jolteon on my Latios. I'm going to predict a Shadow Ball again. And he's actually going to go for a Volt Switch. Good play on his part. I'm just in a position here where I have to play incredibly aggressive. I'm in the back. There's no two ways about it. And he's going to go for a Flamethrower here. And I get parried, so Mandibuzz is going down here. I'm going to be losing my Mandibuzz. Except he goes for Shadow Ball and Mandibuzz survives. And Mandibuzz roosts. So, I'm not sure if he calced Mandibuzz differently than it was, or if he just assumed it would do the damage. I'm sure it was some sort of roll. And here I'm going to go to my Milotic. Eventually I have to think about somehow getting a way to set up with Latios here. That's basically my endgame. That's all of it. I'm going to go ahead and burn its Sleep Turn here. I need to burn another one at some point. Latios can potentially win. I need the thing awake. And he's going to go for Flamethrower here on my Mandibuzz. And I'm just going to try and roost off the damage, I believe. Yeah, and here I'm just going to hope I don't get paralyzed and try to knock this thing off. Just for the Flamethrower, do I get paralyzed? I don't, I knock it off, so. No 6-0, a little bit of pride. I can show my face in public. And he's going to go into Jolteon here, and there's just not too much I can do at this point. He's going to go for Volt Switch. Fortunate, I guess. Here with Latios, I'm going to go right into Milotic on the Kamo. He's going for Dragon Claw. Looks like a roll to 2 at KO. He's going to try it and get it. He doesn't. Milotic survives on 2%. Is going to be able to recover it off. And here I believe I got a little bit aggressive trying to predict Jolteon coming in, and I went for the Scald. And if I can burn it, I got a chance to get right back into this. And I don't, so. Oh, that puts me in a bad position. I really did need that burn. And I'm going to go into Latios, and I need an early wake up. There's no two ways about it. Need to try and get an early wake up. So here my only chance of winning is if Jolteon was faster than Latios at 345, but slower than Kartana at 348. And I tried to play around that only scenario I had. Because it was the only scenario I had, I'm just going to sack Mandibuzz and then I'm going to go into Kartana. And of course I know I'm slower, but it was really the only thing I had to play for at that point. And I am going to lose this game 5-0. Lunar, he did it. He got me. He got me with the Goldberg Berry. He got me with the Jolteon, which I really didn't expect to come. And I really do think the game was a lot closer than the 5-0 score. There were a few crucial things that kind of really set the game one way or another, and there was definitely a few scenarios wherein I could have won the game, but regardless, it'll go down in the books as a 5-0, and I'm going to have the first 0-2 start of my career. No shame in that. Lunar's a good player. I'm just going to have to rebound next week. There's no two ways about it. I need to win next week. I'm going to bring my A game. I refuse to start out 0-3. I pretty much said that about 0-2, but I doubly refuse to start 0-3. So I'll have that video up in about a week's time, I guess. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Please pray for me. If you're not religious, then please pray to Richard Dawkins. Yeah. And thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good night.